Hi, Mercedes Gavigan here. Talk to you about increasing the meaning quotient of work. It's my YouTube presentation for Mgmt315. So increasing the meaning quotient of work that relates to increasing your employees' job satisfaction, which in turn can lead to increasing their productivity in the long run. So what I want to talk about is how to motivate your employees to perform at their peak. Like I said, if you're motivating your employees to perform at their peak, they're going to have but more job satisfaction. They're going to increase their productivity at work, which can in turn lead to more profit, which everybody loves. So, some different ways that you can do that is show them that their performance has meaning in the company. You want to make sure that every employee that you have understands how their job role relates to the success of the company. Because if they don't know that, they're not going to think that they're important to the bottom line. They're just going to think that they're another pawn in the business. Another thing that you would want to do to motivate your employees to do better would be to motivate them to have a more satisfied job would be to generate better flow in the workplace. You can do that by, having company get together kind of things, making sure that all the employees know each other, that they get along well. Because if you have all that going on, then they're going to be, performing like a team. They're not going to be performing like an individual. They're going to be working together to make sure that everybody's happy and everybody's work's getting done and the business is functioning well. Something else that you might want to do to be able to help out with their motivation would be to make sure that they have a good understanding as to how their performance can affect the company. If they have a good understanding of that, then, like I said earlier, they're going to feel like they're a team player. They're going to feel like they have a voice in what's being done and they're not just a pawn in the company. So if you give them understanding to that, make sure that they can see their performance standards and see how that makes a difference, then that'll be able to get you better employees that are happier and more satisfied. You want them to be aware of why it's important that their performance standards affect the company. You want them to see that if they aren't performing as well as they need to be, that it can have a negative effect on the company as well. So you just want them to be aware of that. You want to change your workplace to show a productive and more positive light. By that I mean you want your employees to work as well as you want it to be seen on paper that you guys are working. You don't want to have, dissatisfied employees that are going to be creating a bunch of issues. You want everybody to get along well. You want all, like I said earlier, the workflow, you want it to all be kosher. If your employees feel like there's no meaning to their work, you want to create it for them. You want to be able to show them how they influence things, how they change the workplace, how they really do have a say in how things go there. So another way that you can do that is to not only show them that they're making a difference in the company, but that they're also making a difference in society and how their performance there can help, the company, which in turn will be helping society. Depending on what the business is, there's different ways that it would work. Another would be how it affects the customer. People like to have good customer service with their customers, and for some people, that's what makes work meaningful for them. I sell glasses to people, and them being able to see and being happy with what they chose, that makes me feel good about what I do and my work. And so being able to see that, it makes a big difference for me. Another something that they want to know that they affect other than the company would be the work team. They want to know that they make an impression on other people's lives. They want to know that, Deborah that sits next to them at work, that she's just as happy and that things are going well for her, and she wants to know that she can make that difference for her. And that they're making a difference for themselves. They might not be making the most money in the world, but they have a comfortable job, it has good benefits. That's good enough motivation for anybody. Something else that you want to make sure is that you want to make sure that the employees have a say in where their career is going. You don't necessarily want them to be, in charge of, exactly what's going to be going on with them, but you want them to be able to have a say in it. You want to make sure that, they can openly talk with you about policies at work, if they have an issue with any of it, if they're having any issues with any other employees there. You want to make sure that, they can come to you and they can talk to you if they have suggestions, anything like that. That's what makes a good manager. You do want to make sure that you reward them. Doesn't have to be big, extravagant bonuses, anything like that. If you just send them a card saying, hey, I really appreciate the work that you did on this, or, I really appreciate the hard hours that you've been putting in, it can change the way that somebody works. I know when I used to work at Bath and Body Works, they used to give me a card every time I'd have, anytime I'd have an employee or a customer come back in and tell me about how great my service was, they'd send me a congratulations card saying that, I had a positive customer experience. That meant a lot to me. That's what made me keep the job at minimum wage. So like I said, just in summation, just make sure that you're motivating your employees and making sure that they feel like they're doing something. Thanks. Bye.